Hello everyone, welcome back to Strategic Management class. In this video, we are going to discuss about SWOT analysis and also SWOT strategy. I believe most of you have already heard or known about SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. SWOT is usually shown in a matrix. You can take a look at over here. In this matrix, you can see that strength and weakness is actually the internal aspect or internal analysis of your company. And then the opportunities and threats are actually the external analysis of the company. SWOT analysis are usually analyzed using your own judgment, which means it's qualitative. But in this class, we are going to learn about how to quantify your SWOT analysis. And to do that, we use the IV and EV matrix. The IV matrix stands for Internal Factor Evaluation Matrix. So in this first matrix, what you do is actually try to quantify all of the internal analysis that you have identified. So the first step would be list all of your strengths, list all of your weaknesses, what are the company's strengths and weaknesses, and then assign weights on each of the strength and the weakness, in which all of them from the strength and the weakness weight, when it is summed up, should be equal to number 1 or equal to 100%. The weights assigned is based on your judgment, which you think is the most important one. If a particular strength and a particular weakness is very important, then you can assign a higher weight compared to the other points of strengths or the other points of weaknesses. And then you can assign rating based on each point. The rating range from number 1 to number 4. Number 1 means major weakness. Number 2 means minor weakness. Number 3 means minor strength, and number 4 means major strength. Now, you try to multiply each of the weight and the rating assigned for each points of strength and weaknesses. And when you sum up everything, you need to average the total or the sum. If your average score is less than 2.5, it means that your company is weak internally. So the company has to work hard in order to figure out which part of the weaknesses needs to be reduced and which of the strengths needs to be upgraded. Whereas if the score is above 2.5, it means that the company has a relatively strong internal position. And it doesn't mean that there is no improvement needed. It means that whatever it is, it's always try to improve your strength and also reduce the weakness of the company. Now we move on to the EV matrix, which stands for External Factor Evaluation Matrix. This is the same principle with the IV matrix. What you need to do is first list out your opportunities, then list out your threats. You also try to assign weights. The total of the weights also equal to the number 1 or 100%. The weights must range from 0 to 1. So number 0 is not important. Number 1 is of course the most important. And then you can assign rating as well. The rating ranges from number 1 and number 4, but the meaning of the rating is a bit different compared to the IV matrix. In this matrix, number 1 means that the response is poor, meaning that the company response towards external factors such as opportunities or threats is poor, means no response at all or a very delayed response to opportunities or threats. And then number 2 means response is average. Number 3 means response is above average. And the number 4 for rating is a response is superior. So when a response is superior, it means that the company is very fast in taking opportunities and turning it into something like a project or a business unit. And for example, there is a threat, the company is very fast to try to reduce the threats, try to reduce the risk, they try to navigate around what they can do. So you can also do the same thing for the next part, which is assigning rating for each factor, and then you try to multiply and sum up the score at the end. After you have a sum of the score, you also try to average, and the average score of 1 to below 2.5 means that the company is not enough effort, they don't have enough effort in capitalizing opportunities and not enough effort in avoiding threats. Whereas the average score above 2.5 until 4 means that the company is good to outstanding response towards opportunities and threats. So after you guys learn how to quantify the SWOT analysis, this will help you guys to find out which aspect is very urgent to be dealt upon and which aspect is need to be improved and which aspect needs to be maintained for strength, for opportunities, for also weakness and threats. Alright, after we quantify the SWOT analysis, we move on to the SWOT matrix, which leads to the strategies. With the SWOT matrix, we use the simple SWOT instead of the quantifiable SWOT analysis. With the simple SWOT analysis, you can take a look at this table here. Try to plot out all of your strengths, all of your weaknesses, the opportunities and threats as follows, and then you can try to match out each of them. So for example, if you can match one of the strengths and one of the opportunities and try to build a new project out of it or build a new initiative, then it is written down under the SO strategies, meaning the SWOT opportunity strategies. So you try to capitalize the opportunities through the strength of the company. Whereas for the WO strategy, meaning that the strategy is actually to use opportunities in order to reduce your weakness. For the ST strategy, it means that you're trying to use the strength of your company in order to eliminate or at least reduce threats coming from the external environment. For the WT strategy is any initiatives, any actions that your company can do in order to reduce weaknesses and also avoid upcoming threats. As you take a look at this table of the SWOT matrix, you do not need to plot out all of the points. Just take the ones that are important and that are able for you or the company to have an action plan. Okay, that is all about SWOT analysis. I will see you in the class. Salam entrepreneur.